In Blackboard, all of the information you need for the social responsibility assignment is here when you click the menu item. In the psychology department, we changed the name of this assignment from Service Learning Project to Social Responsibility Assignment, but at least in these classes, we're talking about the same assignment. Start by looking through the information in this folder, Information You Will Need. I know that nobody likes to read instructions, but I'll count off points for failing to do anything I specifically tell you to do here. And in this file, I explain how you go about selecting your agency. This project requires you to complete 4 hours of volunteer work at an agency. If you would like to volunteer somewhere that isn't recommended to you, you first have to get my approval. I very often approve similar agencies at nearby towns outside of Amarillo, like the Dumas Animal Shelter. Just ask me before you volunteer. I give you this APA file just to use as a guide. If you want more information, you can also watch my video on APA to get a better idea of how I want your social responsibility assignment to look. And in that video, I think I still call it Service Learning Project, but everything else still applies. The verification of service hours form is just a template I've provided for you. You do not have to use this specific form, but you do have to get a supervisor to provide all of this contact information each time you go to volunteer. Many of the agencies have their own form that they use. That's fine, as long as you're providing me with all of their contact information, and you have to sign it yourself. Now, when it comes time for you to complete and turn in this assignment, this Social Responsibility Assignment template is what you need to fill out. This is a Word document, but if you don't have Word on your computer, watch my video on Google Tools to find out how to use Google Docs. Using Word, when you download this, you'll need to enable editing, and then you'll enter your answers right here. Do not write up your own essay, but use this template. Your font should appear automatically as Times New Roman 12 point and be double-spaced, but if it isn't, be sure to fix that. Also, APA says you should indent your first line of the paragraph, so I'll just use tab. APA also requires you to provide in-text citations and a references page. Here are some examples of how in-text citations might look. For this assignment, you must provide the page numbers. Most students just use their textbook for this assignment. That's fine. But you'll also need to cite at least one source about your agency. For that, most use the agency's website. Some are given brochures or other information when they volunteer. I don't require you to use a certain number of references, so again, you can get by with just using the textbook for our class and a source about the agency you chose, 2 total. I'll repeat that the textbook needs to be the one we're using in this class. This social responsibility assignment is used across AC in a lot of classes. You can't just turn in what you did for your speech class last semester or for the other psychology class you took. You'll need to update what you wrote, follow my requirements that I just outlined, and reference our textbook. Plus, if you've done this before, you'll still need to do 4 volunteer hours for this class. Remember how I told you that you really should look at the instructions for this assignment? Yet another reason for that is because I provided you with the full citations to the 2 textbooks we use in general psychology and also in lifespan psychology, 2 of the classes I teach here. If you open the Word version, you can just copy and paste the book we are using in this class and paste it down here on the references page of your social responsibility assignment template, which you'll turn in. Finally, before you turn in this assignment, please make sure that you've checked the rubric, which is at the bottom of the instructions file. This is how I will grade you. I will also take off points if you didn't follow the instructions I just spelled out for you in this video and that are typed out in the instructions page. Good luck!